What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Island Target exclusive Baroness with the Cobra Coil. And so here we have Baroness and the Cobra Coil pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Baroness does come with two different head sculpts. She does come with an unhelmeted head, which looks really nice. I do like this head sculpt. And then she also does come with a motorcycle helmet that does have Cobra fangs on it, which looks really good. She also comes with two dual blasters, which look really nice. They are just done in gold plastic. And if you don't want her holding them, they do fit in her side holster. Then she does come with a Cobra knife, which looks really nice. I love the little Cobra sculpted on it, and that of course fits into the side holster. And then her final accessory is of course a Cobra Blaster, which is in the shape of a Cobra. Other than that, Baroness doesn't come with anything else besides the Cobra Coil, which we will be having to look at. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Baroness and the Cobra Coil. And so here we have a closer look at the Cobra Coil, and I really do like the way this little accessory came out. Although it's not really a little accessory, it's quite a big accessory. Now, despite it being a full-on motorcycle, this actually does have two removable weapons on it. It is these blasters right here. If you don't want them on the side, you can have Baroness or another figure holding them like actual rifles, so I do like that little nod. It's a really nice engineered weapon that serves both the Cobra Coil and whoever's riding it, so I do like that. So we're actually going to take a close look at the Cobra Coil. I really do like the color scheme here. The reds and blacks look really nice. Although the red does look a little plasticky, I would have liked it if it was a deeper shade of red. I think deep shades of red make figures look better. So as far as detailing goes, there's a lot to talk about. A lot of it could be painted a little bit better. As you can see, maybe this ridge could have been black with those low notches painted in. We do have a decal right here that says number 1. And on the side it says the same thing. On the side you can see where the screws go, which isn't the best look for the Cobra Coil, but on this side it's a much cleaner look. You don't have the peg holes in it, so I do like that. Really do like the headlights right here. It almost looks like an eye right there, so that is really nice. And then we do have the translucent dome right there. I do like the fact that it does actually function as a motorcycle. As you can see, turning the wheel does turn the handles, and surprisingly enough, the handles are on ball joints. Now when you do get the Cobra Coil out of the packaging, one of these handles is not on the motorcycle. You have to attach it, and attaching it is fairly easy. It is on a ball joint, so it does move around. There was a little bit of force that needed to be applied just to squeeze it in there, but once it's in, you don't have to worry about it. On the side you can see we do have some Cobra emblems right here, and I did just hit my camera. Right there we do have a really nice decal of the Cobra insignia, and then on this side that same insignia looking really nice. Then we do have some added detailing right here, the little indicators done in a nice translucent green plastic, of course the gas cap. The seat having some really nice detailing on it. It does look like a leather seat, so I do like that. And I do like the fact that it looks like you can put another figure on here, so if Baroness is riding it, you can add another Cobra Trooper or just somebody on the back of it, which I do like that little detail. The kickstand right here is articulated, so if you don't want the kickstand, you can take it off, and the Cobra Coil actually does a fairly good job of standing on its own without it. This just gives it an added benefit that it's not going to lean over, and you can actually see how nice that is. Without that kickstand, you can see it topples over fairly easy, so do be aware of that. Right here we do have some peg holes, which is surprising because Baroness has really small peg holes, but these seem like they're really big, and the way she's supposed to ride the Cobra Coil, her feet are going to be over here and not down here, and that really doesn't make sense to have the pegs right there. So that is a little bit interesting, but overall really do like the Cobra Coil, and with the kickstand up you can see the Cobra Coil does roll very well. It's a really nice smooth roll, and I just absolutely love it. It's a really nice little vehicle, so really happy that Hasbro was able to do this. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Baroness. And so here we have a closer look at Baroness, and I think Hasbro has done a really great job of capturing the look of the classic Baroness and updating her really nicely. I love the fact that she does have these gold trim on the glasses, and unlike the movie figure, the glasses are actually a fixed piece to the figure. They're actually glued on underneath her hair, so these glasses, though you can take them off in theory, they're not intended to be removable. I really love the black hair that they gave Baroness here, and the way it just wraps around the shoulder going all the way down. Really loving this long black hair. They did an excellent job with it. The face sculpt is done exceptionally well. I love the fact that you can see her purple eyes through the glasses. That's a really nice touch. And the fact that her mouth is open a little bit, it does give her a little bit of personality, which I really do enjoy that little detail. As you can see, she does have a collar right here going up to her neck. And one thing I love about this figure is the sculpt work on it. Her undersuit is pretty much snake scales, so that looks really nice. I do like that. They did a fantastic job sculpting all those scales. It's done in a really nice solid black plastic. Then we do get her armor right here, which is kind of interesting because it's not plated armor. There's like segments to it, so that's really cool. And then of course the Cobra emblem, and then on her pauldron right here, it is in the shape of a cobra, so I do like that. You can see the eyes look really good, the fangs right here, and then it wrapping around her shoulder. I do like the fact that the shoulder pads are separate pieces and they are made of soft plastic. Over on this side, it's kind of looks like the hood of a cobra, but it's not quite. But again, done in a really nice soft plastic, so that does get out of the way when you move it. We do have the scales right here, which look really good. Love the scale motif that they gave Baroness. I think it's a fantastic design choice because she really just had a plain black jumpsuit. This is a really nice update to the character. And the undersuit right here, you can see we do have some more of those black scales right here, and then of course her suit. On her forearms we do have some gauntlets right here, which are done in a really nice glossy black, and we do have another Cobra emblem. Then we do have her riding gloves right there, which look really cool. Having a look at the middle torso, you can see we have some more armor plates right here, and we do have some on her back, but mostly just the scales that are done in a really nice gray. Really do like it. The sculpt work on her is fantastic and I absolutely love it. We do have her belt, which you can see it's actually two belts that intersect right here that connect via this Cobra buckle right there. She does have some pouches right here, so that is really nice detail. And then of course the guns do fit in these holsters. Really loving how much detail went into this figure. There was a lot of care when they thought of this Baroness figure. As you can see, she still has the gray scales on her leg. Then we do have the holster for her knife, which does fit right here. Now this holster does have a tendency to ride up. I think it's supposed to sit right here because it almost fits the sculpt of the figure right there. So I'm pretty sure that's where it's supposed to go. Then having a look at her boots. Really interesting boots because it does seem like they're just front guards. The spikes right here are done in a really nice shiny plastic. It looks like glossy armor, and you can actually see some parts that aren't glossy, so that's a really nice contrast. Then we do have some detailing right there looking all good. Then she has some rider boots, and that's kind of surprising that she actually has rider boots instead of heels. I know it's really easy to give women heels when making figures, but this is done really well. Now one thing you will note is that the outside ring right here is painted, but the inside ring is not. Not a fan of that. I really wish they would have painted the inside ring along with the outside ring, because that is the same on both legs. So I do have to point that out. It's not a make or break thing about the figure, but it is something that you might notice when looking at the figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at how Baroness looks compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Baroness posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Baroness posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Baroness posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have Baroness posed next to a Classified Series Cobra Commander and Destro. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Classified Series Baroness posed next to the Snake Eyes Origin Baroness. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Baroness and Articulation. She does have a ball hinge here at the neck, which I can't get the hinge to work with this particular head. I think the ball joint is situated too tight on this head sculpt, which doesn't really allow for too much up and down movement. Most of your movement is going to be through the ball joint at the base of the neck, and unfortunately on mine it is kind of loose. It's not the loosest that I've dealt with, but it is noticeably looser than most of the joints we've seen on the G.I. Joe Classified series, and turning her head is kind of difficult because you end up turning that joint. Again, it might just be because on mine the normal head is very tight on this original ball joint, and when I originally switched it out I thought I was going to break it here at the base of the neck, so do use extreme caution when switching out the heads because this head might be on there really tight. Now Baroness here does have some butterfly joints, so those do function somewhat okay. You can see they move forward and back better than Scarlet's. They do hinge out to the side really nicely, and I do like the fact that these are a separate piece. If you've seen my Stormtrooper review, it's a rubber piece that's sandwiched between the butterfly joint and the shoulder, so it does move with the arm, or you can actually move the arm independently of that joint, so I do like that. She doesn't have a bicep swivel, although it does look like she does. She only has a single hinge at the elbow. Not really impressed by that. I would have liked to see a double jointed elbow, but she does have proper hinges on her wrist. They are up and down hinges because it is gun wielding hands, so I do like that, and of course they do rotate. She does have a ball joint here at the torso, which she does lean back really nicely, and that's combining both the upper and lower joint there. You can see she gets some really good tilt. Forward crunch, not so much. That's about as far forward as she does crunch. To the side, goes that far. To the other side, very nice. I do like the movement here. I just kind of wish that this was a better range because it's kind of lacking, to say the least. She does have drop down hinges here at the ball joints in her thighs, so they do go down. They go up. Whoa! They go up really high. That's the highest we've seen from a G.I. Joe figure, I think. That's really impressive. I do like that. Legs do go out to the side, and that's respectable. I do like the range in that. And then of course we do have a thigh swivel up high. She does have double bend at the knee, going to about that far. No boot swivel, unfortunately, because this is one solid sculpt, but she does have a hinge in the ankle, which unfortunately doesn't go forward. Goes very far back, and of course it does have rotation for rocker ankle. So overall, really do like the articulation on Baroness here. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get a pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so finally, here we do have Baroness posed with the Cobra Coil, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this was the one figure that was going to make or break my G.I. Joe collection. Baroness here is a very important figure to the G.I. Joe line, and missing out on Baroness really does make a hole in the collection that you really need to fill. And unfortunately, Baroness being a Target exclusive was kind of hard to track down, and I am really happy that I do have Baroness in hand. I was able to secure her not on the initial release of the Cobra Coil and Baroness because that I missed out on the pre-order and I was fully prepared to never ever find her, but thankfully Target did have their Fan Fest summer, which I was able to secure my very own Baroness for about $40, which is pretty decent seeing as how it's a $20 figure with a $20 vehicle. Now I'm not too keen on vehicles at 6-inch scale, mainly because they are really big and they do require a lot of shelf space, and when you collect as many lines as I do, shelf space is an issue, and unfortunately Baroness has a really big vehicle here. It's not too big, but it does dedicate a lot of room to shelf space. But Baroness overall is a very nice figure, and I love the detailing they come with. I am a little bit confused by the Cobra Blaster and her Cobra knife, You gotta tell me that those are just for decoration, because I really don't expect somebody to be wielding a Cobra Blaster or a Cobra knife in combat, because it just doesn't seem right. But overall, I still like the goofy aspect of the Cobra Blaster and the Cobra knife. And Baroness here has a lot of attitude for a figure. You can get her in a lot of nice poses, and that's a really big thing you look for in a 6-inch figure. Baroness here is a wonderful addition to the G.I. Joe collection, and if you haven't already picked her up, unfortunately she is sold out on Target, and the only way you're going to get her at this point is secondhand market, where they are charging an upwards of $100 for her, which is a very steep price to pay for Baroness. Unfortunately, unless we get a single carded Baroness in the main line, that is the only way you're getting Baroness's secondhand market at this point, which unfortunately is the case. Maybe you can track it down on a Facebook group, but I don't see that happening, seeing as how a lot of people are charging $100 for her. Your best bet is to hopefully find her at retail, but if not, that's one hole in the collection that I don't see being filled unless you use a stand-in with a movie figure. But this is a really nice figure, so if you don't already have this figure, try to find one that you can afford, because I think Baroness here is a fantastic figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as my G.I. Joe playlist. Hopefully you find it informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.